Right now, reaching a crisis stage, how state officials are issuing an advisory about the growing dangers of the hard-to-detect drug fentanyl in Wisconsin. Plus, how the city hopes slowing things down will help continue a local trend of reducing fatalities on our roadways. And with the school year inching closer, the Madison School District and districts across the country trying to meet deadlines to solve a nationwide teacher shortage. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Drug users can't see, smell, taste, or feel it, but fentanyl is becoming responsible for more overdose deaths in Wisconsin. And now state health officials are issuing a public advisory to try to warn more people about the deadly synthetic drug. Arman Rahman has a breakdown of just how bad it has become. Arman?
Yeah, Eric, these are the latest numbers. Wisconsin DHS has released 91% of opioid overdose deaths in Wisconsin last year were linked to fentanyl, and almost 3/4, 73% of all overdose deaths were caused by the potent substance found in everything from cocaine to counterfeit pills.
The opioid epidemic itself continues to evolve.
That evolution is causing Wisconsin health officials to issue the public health advisory about fentanyl, warning about a substance deadly in a dose as small as a couple grains of salt.
We've seen an uptick in people thinking they're taking a single oxycodone pill or an Adderall pill. A single pill that, including fentanyl, causes them to die within hours.
Along with those counterfeit pills, fentanyl appears in a variety of substances, but the variety of users it's finding its way to is also concerning.
We've heard numerous reports and stories about particularly young people as young as middle school, high school, college age, where they are not in the traditional communities that often people think about when we think about overdose.
Health officials say fentanyl is so potent because it's cheap and easy to access.
On a drug supply level and a distribution level, it creates a higher profit margin for individuals that are manufacturing, distributing the substance around the state.
They say Narcan is an important tool, but more often substances with fentanyl need more than one dose, or it may not even work at all.
Sometimes the fentanyl and substances include are mixed with other substances that actually don't respond to Narcan.
DHS officials stress that parents, teachers, doctors, and pharmacists help users get fentanyl test strips, which are free at some pharmacies and treatment centers. That and staying informed to help people recover.
It's easy to get numbed at times to numbers and statistics, but again, these are real families, real lives that are impacted.
And DHS officials say they're working on broadening the distribution of fentanyl test strips to be more accessible statewide, similar to how they've done with Narcan.
Arman, thank you. When it comes to violent crime, new numbers suggest Madison is moving in the right direction, but city leaders say there's still more work to be done. Both homicides and shots fired incidents are down compared to previous years, but one of the major issues continues to be car thefts. Police Chief Sean Barnes says it's largely due to a manufacturing defect in certain vehicles that makes them easier to steal.
If you were to aggregate and leave out the Kias and Hyundai, you would see that we would be below, well below, the 3-year average. I did do some research late last night or early in the morning hours and found that in October, Hyundai will be doing recalls on their vehicles in order to fix that program.
They say the new CARES program has also been a success so far. It launched last September. The team allows for healthcare workers to respond to certain mental health crises instead of law enforcement. To date, that team has responded over 850 calls. A look now at our first warn forecast. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the backyard patio. Beautiful night, Gary.
Yeah, if you like today, you'll love tomorrow. Temperature should be about the same. We'll still see plenty of sunshine. The only difference is there might be a rain chance late in the afternoon north and west of Madison. But the time lapse from the WISC Skycam, a beautiful sunrise this morning. Those clouds basically cleared out nicely for much of the morning. Then we had just those fair weather cumulus clouds popping up in the afternoon, never to the point where they produced any showers, and then we cleared out towards sunset. Now, there have been some showers and thunderstorms up in northwestern Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota, but as they go almost due south, they just kind of fizzle south of the Twin Cities because the air is dry here. High temperatures today, upper 70s to the lower 80s. Madison topped out at 82 degrees, 82 the high in Bosqueville. These are current temperatures. Right now in the the upper 50s north of the Dells, 59 in Camp Douglas, 63 here in Madison. But across Dane County, temperatures are in the lower 60s, including 65 degrees in Stoughton and 60 in Cross Plains. By later on tonight, look for skies to be partly cloudy. Low temperature will drop off to about 58. Again, there's a chance for a thunderstorm late tomorrow afternoon, but better chances for rain as we head toward the weekend. I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Gary. More Americans may get a glimpse of this amazing nature show without leaving the U.S. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says several eruptions from the sun this weekend are headed towards Earth. Those eruptions could cause strong geomagnetic storms as soon as tomorrow. According to NOAA, those storms could shift the northern lights further south. And that means if weather permits, people as far south as southern Wisconsin and Iowa may be able to see the light show. New numbers from the Marquette Law School poll today shows a tight race for governor. While Governor Evers has the edge on paper over Tim Michels, it's really a tie. Governor Evers ahead by 2, but the margin of error for that poll 4 points. And that's a big shift from earlier in the summer. A June poll had Governor Evers ahead by 7 in a head-to-head matchup with Michels, but it's a very different story in the race for U.S. Senate. Mandela Barnes now ahead of Senator Ron Johnson by 7 points, well outside the 4-point margin of error there. Looking back at the June poll, that race was tied, marking a big shift for Barnes. During midterm elections, there's usually a concern that the president's party won't turn out in midterms, what's called the enthusiasm gap, but the poll shows Democrats are just as likely to turn out as Republicans. Abortion could be a factor there. Michael Gableman no longer being held in contempt of court for not turning over records related to his 2020 election investigation. For nearly 2 weeks, Gableman was fined $2,000 per day. Today, the judge ordered him to pay $24,000. That money will come from state taxpayers. Gableman was fired by Assembly Speaker Robin Vos last week. His investigation has cost taxpayers more than $1 million. Rudy Giuliani spent hours in an Atlanta courthouse today going before a grand jury, part of a criminal investigation looking into election interference in 2020. Giuliani, among a group of allies of former President Trump, identified as targets of the Fulton County prosecutor's investigation. His attorneys tried to delay his testimony because he underwent heart surgery last month, but a judge ordered him to appear even though he couldn't travel by plane. Next at 10, the nation's roadways are getting a lot more deadly. Today, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration released early estimates of traffic crashes in the U.S. during the first 4 months of the year. The report found the number of Americans killed has hit a 20-year high. According to the report, nearly 10,000 people have died in crashes since January. Now, locally, deaths on Madison streets are actually down, according to data the city shared this morning. Police point to a concerted effort to reduce speed limits and crack down on problem drivers. According to new Vision Zero data, the number of traffic-related deaths and injuries has dropped by 40% since 2021. And on East Washington alone, which has been a problem area, fatal accidents have gone down 33%, while overall crashes on East Wash are actually up 6%. Still, the city thinks slower speeds mean victims are more likely to survive.
We'd like to be able to work everywhere and try to reduce the frequency of crashes, but really we're looking at trying to reduce the severity of those crashes that are happening. So it's allowed us to have better access to data to really help guide our enforcement efforts.
It's been about 2 years since Madison city leaders set out on a mission to eliminate traffic-related deaths and serious injuries by the year 2030. In that time, their Vision Zero initiative has included speed limit reductions across the city with special attention to roads considered part of a high injury network. A Milwaukee County Transit System bus driver being hailed a hero for rescuing a dog out of traffic. This happened in May, but we're just seeing the video now. The driver noticed the dog running in the street near her bus, narrowly avoiding being hit by several cars. So she jumped out and moved the dog to the other side of the street before picking it up and calling dispatch. That dog has since been fostered to a new family. Since 1999, the Milwaukee County Transit System has helped foster and adopt countless lost pets in that area. A major shakeup has come to the CDC. The public health agency says it is making changes after reviewing its handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Dina Demetrius reports.
The head of the Centers for Disease Control says the agency needs an overhaul.
I think our public health infrastructure in the country was not up to the task of handling this pandemic.
In April, Dr. Rochelle Walensky ordered a review of the CDC's pandemic response. The report says the organization had become too rigid and bureaucratic to act quickly when it needed to. It specifically cited its analysis of data, the sluggish release of information to the public, and its confusing and overwhelming COVID guidance.
We learned some hard lessons over the last 3 years, and as part of that, it's my responsibility, it's the agency's responsibility to learn from those lessons and do better.
The CDC's reset is also focused on getting information to the public more rapidly and healthcare equity. Public health experts like Dr. Rita Burke welcomed the announcement, but said it was overdue.
This has been a long time coming. We saw that the response was not what we had hoped it would be.
The CDC's report comes as the agency works to contain another major public health crisis, monkeypox.
There's always going to be the next disaster, the next emergency that's going to take place. And so we've seen how important the CDC is to the public's health.
On Wednesday, Dr. Walensky told CBS News it's unclear if monkeypox will continue to spread unchecked in the U.S. She said she believes the CDC can still contain the outbreak. Dina Demetrius, CBS News, Los Angeles.
CDC Director Walensky noted the review was internal and was not mandated by the White House or at the behest of any other Biden administration officials. Today, orientation day for hundreds of new Madison School District teachers. Now, the past few years have been tough for our educators. The district started with more than 500 openings earlier this summer, but now that has been whittled down to about 150. Just yesterday, it was announced masks will not be mandatory to start the year, but instead highly recommended. Meanwhile, many districts across the country are experiencing a shortage of teachers. In Florida, about 8,000 positions have yet to be filled. Kansas, down about 1,400. Dallas has 300 positions to fill with just weeks to go. The president of the American Federation of Teachers says the shortage is due to low pay, politicization of the classroom, and a basic lack of appreciation for educators.
We need the politicians to stop making these culture wars and to respect the work we do, respect parents, respect kids, and respect teachers, and that doesn't cost a dime.
A poll of the Federation found job satisfaction is desperately low. 3/4 of members saying they would not recommend their profession. 40% say they'll likely leave their jobs in the next 2 years. Still ahead tonight, a busy first day at the new Costco store in Verona. Plus, for the second time in less than a week, another waterspout spotted off the coast of Florida, but this one moved on shore. The story next.
With Red Robin's $10 gourmet meal deal, the choice is yours. Pick one of these 3 gourmet burgers, a bottomless beverage, and bottomless fries. All for just $10. Hurry in before it's gone.
Red Robin. Yum.
Everything here is American made.
But it's tough competing with China.
And Ron Johnson's making it tougher. Johnson pushed for special tax breaks for outsourcing corporations.
But voted against tariffs and sanctions on China's unfair trade practices.
And when Johnson's big corporate PAC donor announced plans to create jobs outside Wisconsin, he defended them.
It's not like we don't have enough jobs here in Wisconsin. The biggest problem.
Senator Johnson, stop making it tougher on us.
At Pick and Save, we believe local produce shouldn't be hard to find. That's why we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you fresher than fresh produce.
You got everything I need. You're like medicine to me. Oh, baby, you.
Because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
At Bachman Pools and Spas, we have 25 hot tubs on display.
Several models available for immediate delivery.
For a limited time, all new hot spring spas come with a revolutionary freshwater salt system for free.
That's a $1,200 value.
You owe it to yourself to experience soft, natural, healthy water.
Hurry in to take advantage of special 0% interest for 60 months. Plus, get a free freshwater salt system.
Relax, it's Bachman's.
During Toyota's national sales event, we're working hard to deliver new Toyotas so you can enjoy the last of summer. From hitting the rapids with a RAV4 hybrid, to kicking up sand in a Tundra, or camping out in a Highlander. Hey guys!
Get 1.9% APR for 48 months on a new 2022 Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
With Red Robin's $10 gourmet meal deal, the choice is yours. Pick one of these 3 gourmet burgers, a bottomless beverage, and bottomless fries. All for just $10. Hurry in before it's gone.
Red Robin. Yum.
It's go time, people. We all have a story to tell. So let's come together, to laugh out loud, to share some hope and joy, all on my new show.
Weekdays on WISC-TV starting September 12th. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
A new Costco store opening in Verona. Even a Gary Canalti sighting there earlier today. They had a packed house. It's located on American Way across from Wisconsin Brewing Company. Doors officially opened for the first time this morning. Construction on the $13.5 million facility began just 11 months ago. It brings with it hundreds of jobs. It's now the 10th Costco in Wisconsin. Big day today for the Badger Prairie Needs Network, celebrating the grand opening of its new Cochetta Center, also in Verona. Governor Evers, Representative Mark Bocan, and other local leaders all in attendance. Organizers say the new 4,800 square foot event space will provide opportunities for job training and community gatherings. It's named in honor of Bob and Marcia Cochetta. The Badger Prairie Needs Network is an all-volunteer, nonprofit organization that operates a food pantry that serves thousands of households throughout Dane County. New parents searching for baby formula may have a better chance of buying it now. The market research firm Information Resources Incorporated says out-of-stock rates for powder baby formula are showing some improvement. According to the firm's data, 25% of the infant products were out of stock last week. When it comes to other baby formula like ready-to-drink and liquid products, only about 16% of those formulas showed as out of stock. It's now been nearly 2 weeks since a lightning strike killed 3 people outside of the White House. 2 of the victims were James and Donna Mueller from Janesville, who were on vacation celebrating their 56th wedding anniversary. Tonight, we're hearing from the sole survivor of that strike. Matthew Torres has her story.
I hate it. It's awful.
It's her new yet tough reality.
It just doesn't feel like it's part of me, so I just feel like I'm like carrying an extra thing I don't want.
From a walker to the bandages that cover her severe burns.
All these different patches of burns that I have all down through here.
Amber Escudero Contestatus is healing remarkably well for someone who survived a lightning strike near the White House.
What is it like to be struck by lightning?
I don't know. That's a great question. Because I don't remember. I'm glad I don't remember.
It was nearly 2 weeks ago when lightning struck 4 people under a tree. This 28-year-old was the sole survivor.
I'm not sure why I'm the one that made it. There's no way to explain it. There's really no way. I definitely have survivor's guilt because I feel like if I were to be this lucky, like I feel everyone should be.
She was canvassing at Lafayette Park for Threshold Giving, a nonprofit under the International Rescue Committee that assists refugees. Before the storm, she talked to 2 of the victims, a couple, James and Donna Mueller.
They had mentioned that they were retired, that they were traveling in D.C.
While Amber thinks her shoes with thick rubber soles may have helped save her.
They're definitely the shoes that I will have for the rest of my life.
She gives credit most to the first responders and hospital staff, and the Secret Service officer and 2 traveling nurses who jumped into action, Jesse Bonte and Nolan Haggard. She reunited with them this week.
Literally brought me back twice. So, like, no heartbeat, brought it back, nothing. 10 minutes plus passed and then brought me back. So, without people like that, there is no amazing miracle story.
The journey to recovery is uncomfortable, requiring therapy, constant doctor visits, and support from loved ones. But through the pain,
even when I'm crying in pain, I'm constantly reminding myself that I'm just lucky.
James and Donna Mueller were high school sweethearts and were semi-retired. They had 5 children, 10 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. Gary Canalti joining us now. It's such a tragedy, Gary, and you've often talked about the dangers of lightning.
People will come in out of the rain, but they won't come in out of the lightning, and the problem is it's lightning that can kill you. And the unfortunate part about lightning is that there's just no accurate way of predicting where the next bolt is going to strike. You may think that, hey, I'm in the clear, or we're okay, and the next thing you know, the bolt is coming on through. We average about 20 fatalities per year across the country in terms of lightning fatalities. fatalities. We've had 12 deaths so far in 2022. The last lightning fatality in Wisconsin was back about this time in Menominee last year. A construction worker was getting on a ladder after he thought a storm had passed, the rain had stopped, got up on the ladder and got struck by lightning. And the problem is many people who are struck by lightning have permanent injuries. You heard that the woman, the survivor, in a lot of pain. A lot of people either lose, their hearing, they have some nerve damage because of the effects of heat and the electricity. And about 90% of people struck by lightning are men. No surprise there. A lot of construction workers, a lot of people out on the golf course. So again, just take lightning seriously. It's something we just don't think about, but any thunderstorm is a potential killer. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. Look for warm weather for tomorrow and Friday. High temperatures will be in the lower 80s. There's a slight chance for a thunderstorm by late tomorrow afternoon, mainly north and west of Madison, but better chances for Friday into Saturday and Sunday. And then after that, we'll see dry weather for the first part of next week from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Over the next 10 days, the average high temperature drops from 80 to 78. We'll see temperatures above normal the next couple of days, below normal for the weekend, near normal for the early part of next week, a little bit above normal by Wednesday, and then a little bit below normal toward the end of the week. When every time those temperatures drop off, there's usually a cold front and the possibility for a shower or a thunderstorm. But you can see tonight all the activity is to our north and west, but as the showers and storms try to drop south of I-94, look what happens. They just kind of fizzle out, and that's because the air is a little bit drier here. Now, again, there's a chance for a thunderstorm north and west of Madison tomorrow. Friday, a little better chance. Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk for an isolated severe thunderstorm, with wind being the main threat across parts of eastern Iowa. But we'll watch that for Friday and Saturday to see whether or not that threat shifts more in our direction. But the rainfall will certainly be beneficial. I'm looking at a general overall half-inch to an inch of rain through much of the state of Wisconsin over that time period. Some areas, obviously, that get a heavier thunderstorm will pick up a little bit more. Some places could be a little bit less, but generally in that range. Tomorrow, partly sunny, warm, high temperature 81. Best chances for a shower or thunderstorm will be north and west of Madison. For tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny. High temperature 81 in Madison, 78 in Oregon, 78 for the high in Waunakee. Future track beginning at 4 p.m. tomorrow. This might be a little bit overdone, but the best chances for showers and storms north of Madison. They kind of fizzle out tomorrow evening. The next batch develops up around La Crosse, heads southeastward, probably reaching the Dells and Madison by early Friday morning. Then they fizzle out with the next batch developing Friday afternoon. That'll be the more persistent batches of showers and storms beginning late Friday afternoon into Saturday and Sunday. Again, rainfall amounts about a half-inch to an inch, and that will be through the day on Sunday. After that, dry weather for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. High temperatures back up to around 80 with the sunshine. Then another thunderstorm chance from Thursday afternoon into Friday. Temperatures drop off a little bit to the mid-70s by the end of next week.
Gary, thank you. I know earlier this week you saw this video, the massive waterspout off the road at Destin, Florida. This morning, another one, a weather camera in Clearwater, just north of Tampa, capturing a waterspout that came ashore as a brief, weak tornado, although it's hard to make out the feature there, made contact with the water surface that as it moved ashore, dust and debris were seen lofting into the air as it swirled around on the beach. Waterspouts usually dissipate quickly when moving over land. Zach?
And coming up in sports, Brewers and Dodgers go down to the wire again. The double play you don't want to miss. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
In this blistering Wisconsin heat, imagine not being able to cool yourself by simply pressing a button. It may seem easy to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore after that minute is up. Families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling in the scorching heat of summer, and those are just the ones we know about. A hot summer day is not simply uncomfortable for them. It can be deadly. If you have the means to help, please consider offering a hand up. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one in Wisconsin deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Denny's all-time favorite Super Slam is back. Get bacon, sausage, eggs, hash browns, and buttermilk pancakes for only $6.99. Give your wallet a break and send it on a Summer Slamcation. The hottest deals are at Denny's, America's value destination.
And he got so upset. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much money she spent on those upgrades.
Hi! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Made in America is more than just a slogan. It's smart policy. When we manufacture things here, our shelves are stocked, and it creates jobs you can raise a family on. Like my parents had. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm tired of the excuses from millionaires running the Senate. I'll bring manufacturing back here, so folks like you who actually earn your paychecks finally get a fair shot. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
After the Packers' first practice with the Saints, Aaron Rodgers let out some frustration on Green Bay's passing attack, saying, a lot of drops, a lot of bad route decisions, guys running the wrong routes, basically calling for more consistency. Today before practice, Rodgers, along with the other quarterbacks, met with the young wideouts to reiterate what they need to do to carry on Green Bay's receiving corps standards.
Spoke to us about what he likes or whatnot, just based on concepts or what he sees. He just wants us to see what he sees, so then that way we can be able to react faster, play faster, and just be able to just dominate and continue to be who we are.
We responded well, you know. We were challenged and we rise to the occasion. That's something that I think we can continue to do.
Saints offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk is also no stranger to Green Bay. The former Badger actually made his first career start at Lambeau Field when Wisconsin beat LSU in 2016. And when he was in elementary school, he'd drive over with his family from Stevens Point to watch the Packers in training camp. So coming back and being a part of this week's training camp has brought back some good memories.
My dad was a huge Packer fan. I was a big Packer fan, so we'd load up the car, come over, hang out, try to get some autographs, watch practice, and you know, I just remember thinking, man, what would it be like to be on that field and be a player? And you know, it was always kind of an inspiration and goal of mine to get to the NFL.
The road back to the NBA Finals is set for the Bucks. Milwaukee released its schedule for the upcoming season, which runs from October 20th through April 9th. Their 82-game season starts in Philly against the 76ers. Their first home game is October 22nd when they welcome the Rockets to Pfizer Forum. And for the 5th straight year, the Deer play on Christmas Day. This season, they'll face the Celtics. The Bucks also play on New Year's Day. Brewers and Dodgers back at it again, and the crew's infield was flying around. 4th inning, Colton Wong snags it, flips it backhanded to Willie Adames, who bounces it to first for the double play. Unfortunately, though, they didn't have an opportunity to make a play on this one. 6th inning, scoreless, Austin Barnes deposits one into the seats and left. Brewers had their chances, couldn't come up with a clutch hit tonight. They fall 2-1, the final. We're back after this.
The 9th place hitter jumped on a fastball from Lauer.
Sometimes life can get pretty busy in an active household. So that's why Menards makes things just a little bit easier for you. Start a door design and choose a style that's right for you and everything else you look for in a quality door. Mastercraft offers fast, free delivery on personalized doors to any Menards store. Use our door designer on Menards.com to get your door your way. Mastercraft doors, 11% off at Menards.
If Tim Michaels is governor, here's what reproductive health care would look like in Wisconsin. Providing abortions? A felony. Exceptions in cases of rape or incest? None. Here's what Michaels says to Wisconsin women who get pregnant after being raped. To ask her to go through the birth is not unreasonable. Tim Michaels is a radical and divisive politician coming for your rights. Wisconsin women deserve better. Vote no on Tim Michaels.
One Prilosec OTC in the morning blocks excess acid production for a full 24 hours, unlike Pepcid, which stops working after 9. 24-hour protection. Prilosec OTC. One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
Ever leave your clothes in the dryer and find a wrinkled mess? Try Downy Wrinkle Guard Fabric Softener. Wrinkle Guard penetrates deep into fibers, leaving clothes so soft, wrinkles don't want to stick around. Make mornings smoother with Downy Wrinkle Guard Fabric Softener.
A lot can happen in a split second.
The car ran a red light, hit my vehicle hard.
If you want all the money you deserve, remember the name Hupy and Abraham. There's a reason they've been rated best, and results matter.
I'm glad I called Hupy and Abraham. I was very happy with the results.
Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham. Right now.
A good lawyer shouldn't cost you more. They should get you more.
It's Throwback Thursdays from Hy-Vee. This Thursday, fresh whole chicken, only 88 cents a pound. A half gallon of Hy-Vee orange juice or apple juice, only 99 cents. Honey Crisp apples, only $1.48 a pound. And buy one, get one free on Mia Italian flatbreads. Thursday only. And save even more with Hy-Vee Fuel Saver. Right now, save up to $7.32 per gallon with your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Wow, this is where you work now?
Figured I deserved a more inspiring space. And with home values being up, I had a lot of equity. So I got a home equity line of credit from Summit, and voila, added a home office.
Took your business to the next level.
Hey, you two have been in your place for a couple years now. Any fun plans?
Well, we just finished a refi with Summit.
Really?
And the plan is to make a bunch of great memories.
We're going to use the savings to get a camper.
Whatever your goals, Summit Credit Union can help you use your home's equity to go get them.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, there's a sign fall is right around the corner. An aerial video of the Richardson Adventure Farm just south of the state line, McHenry County, Illinois. It would appear this corn maze, the theme here is James Bond, billed as the world's largest corn maze. 9 to 10 miles of trail winding through 28 acres of live corn. You can see some of the iconic characters, their locations, and of course, his classic Aston Martin DB5 in there too. Got to have the sweet car, right?
You put me in that James maze, and I'd probably walk every one of those 9 or 10 miles.
Be the end of Gary. Quick final check of the forecast.
Can't see over the corn either. Temperatures right now are in the 60s. Look for high tomorrow, about 81.
Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a great night.